So today is my discharge day. Well, actually, yesterday was supposed to be my discharge day, but then I'm gonna stay one more day. So today I officially am gonna go home. I'm really excited to see Emily, but at the same time, I'm really sad because I'm gonna leave the hospital without my babies. Having to leave the hospital after giving birth um, without your bundle of joys. So Julia comes out at 2:30, and we're just gonna be in the NICU for a couple hours, and then we're gonna go home with Emily. I really don't want to leave the babies, but I know that here they're being well taken care of and monitored 24/7, and we still don't have a plan how we're gonna do it with Emily, work, coming here. We still don't have a plan, so we need to figure that out too. I get home then and settled, I'm gonna then tell you guys everything about all the information that we've been receiving. Stuff about the NICU, updates on the baby, updates on me, how it went, how I'm feeling now, stuff like that. Guys, so I know that it's been a couple days since my last update, and I told you guys that I was gonna do a video, update you guys once I got home, but honestly the first days were just horrible. The first days were the hardest days, and I could not record. Not only was it difficult emotionally, but pain wise as well. So that's the reason why I have not been recording. And sorry in advance for the background noise, but it's just that I have Emily here and she's playing with her toys, so that's the background noise right now. And then I have a few notes so with me, so if I'm looking down it's because I am looking at my notes. So first off, the C-section. My experience with my C-section was not the greatest. I remember telling you guys how nervous I was, and I am just so glad that that's over. My experience with C-section was not the greatest, and I prefer the other way around. The other way, 10 times better. There's no words to describe how bad it was for me. A lot of people would say that, oh, you don't feel anything, just relax, and it was total opposite. Yes, I was numb, but I felt everything. Not pain as in like sharp pain, but I just felt them moving my stomach, moving my organs, and pushing so hard on my belly that it was just very uncomfortable. So uncomfortable that it actually would hurt at moments. And I remember just breathing in and out through my mouth and nose because of how much pressure I was receiving. It just felt like they were just hitting my stomach like a punching bag. I don't know, it was just very, I guess, very extremely uncomfortable. And then pain wise, after my C-section, it was very painful, but luckily they gave me medication, and it helped me a lot. But either way, it was still just very different than my first experience with Emily. I remember with Emily, within a few hours I was up and walking, and I did have stitches, so I did feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I was able to walk. And with the twins, I couldn't even get out of bed without any help. I was afraid to get up. It not only afraid, but it was difficult getting out of bed, in and out of bed. And then I had to go to the restroom many times because I was just drinking lots and lots of water. So I had to go to the restroom many times, and just the fact of getting out of bed was just bad. My discharge day was on the 4th day, but I was able to what they call board, and that's when they let me stay in my room but I just don't have any nurses anymore. I'm already discharged and everything. They're just letting me like borrow the room. So that's why I was there for 5 days. I was close to the babies, and I was able to, when I woke up at 2 a.m., I was just able to like go to the NICU at whatever time I wanted, and I really liked that. I remember coming home that day, and it was just me and Julio, and I was excited to see Emily. But I remember that the moment that I was driving away from the hospital, I just broke down just looking at the windows. And then I feel that it hit me a little bit more, being in the back seat alone, and then just seeing that there are no car seats next to me. And I knew that they were going to be perfectly fine, being well taken care of, but that still didn't change the fact of it hurting. It just made me feel like a bad mother. Which now, talking about my milk supply, it's been 12 days and I still don't have any milk that has come in. I spoke to lactation, the lactation lady at the NICU, and they've been helping me. But still, I've been pumping every 3 to 4 hours, and still no milk, and that kind of like saddens me in a way. But I'm not giving up, and I'm still right there trying to do my best, just pumping and pumping, and hopefully just praying that before they come home, I'm gonna have milk for them. I am staying with my mom at my mom's house. I'm getting as much help as possible because, as you know, I had C-section and I cannot be lifting or doing all these sorts of activities, especially with Emily, that she's not even 2 years old, and she's at the age where she requires a lot of attention and stuff, and she wants me to carry her, and unfortunately I can't do that right now. They help me so much, and I really thank them for that. Julio is back at work. He's back at work, and so every day when he comes from work, we go to the hospital. And so he gets out of work at 2:30, and then once he gets home, we would go straight to the hospital. 2 days ago, I started thinking, why don't we just end up going later on, like at 7 o'clock, which is their next care. Why don't we go at 7 o'clock, and we spend the whole day and afternoon with Emily, the one that requires more attention, the one that notices more that when we're not here. I know I have not mentioned, but care in the NICU is when they start doing diaper change, weight, temperature, and all those stuff. Because when a baby is in the NICU, they're inside an incubator. And when they're inside an incubator, what they want is the babies to sleep the most they can, so that they can grow, because the more they sleep, the more they grow. So they try not to like bother them as much. So when they do the care, that's when it's the best time to, if you want to do skin to skin, that's the best time to do it. Even so, with premature babies, and so much movement can cause stress for them. Now, the twin status, you guys know that twin A, which is Annalisa, she's the smaller baby, and she weighs 2 pounds and 6 ounces. And then obviously the first weeks they drop weight, and then they start gaining back their weight. So she dropped weight, and then now she's back at her birth weight, which is good that she's gaining her weight now. And her feeding, she's doing very good with her feedings. They're feeding them with the tube right now, and but she's doing very well with that. Valerie is gaining as well weight, and when she was born, she was 3 pounds and 8 ounces, and as well she lost weight, and then she gained it back, which is really good. And they both had IVs in the beginning, and they took them off the IV, and then they put on another type of IV, which is called a PICC line, which goes on their leg, and it's much more comfortable and stuff. And today they were gonna take them off the IV, so now all they have is the little oxygen and nothing else. So that's really good progression. And now, last but not least, Emily. I know for a fact that it really impacted her this hospital stay because I'm always 24/7 with her, and for the whole weekend I was not able to see her, and that's the most I have not seen her. And I know that I feel that that impacted her, not only me not seeing me, but also her dad. So I, even though she was with my parents and my siblings, um, I know that it impacted her in some way. We just have noticed more tantrums lately, either be the terrible twos or both, that she is feeling everything that's happening. So that's why we're trying our best to give her the most attention right now. She's the one that's feeling it because for all this time, her whole lifetime, she's been the smallest, the baby, the only one. And so, out of nowhere, two more babies come into her life, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty hard for her too. So we're trying our best. And Emily's growing so fast, I just can't believe how time has seriously gone by. It seems like yesterday that I gave birth to Emily, and it's already gonna be almost 2 years. 2 years. All this whole NICU journey, is gonna be over soon, and soon we're just gonna be a family of 5, and we're just gonna start our journey soon. I'm really excited to be able to show you guys our journey having a 1-year-old and twins. So I'm really excited. I myself don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's not gonna be impossible. So I'm just looking forward for it.